We are very glad for this call that God has placed on our hearts to come alongside Daryl Miller and invest in the next generation of leaders and agents of transformation in the nation of Brazil. So the week for us was a great time of meeting with God, hearing God speak through Daryl, challenge the young people, see a new generation that's hungry to do God's will and to impact their nation and through their vocation, people who love the church, young people who love the church and who love Jesus and want to be used in His hands, to be instruments in His hands, to take His love and His compassion and His justice and work on the roots of this nation and see God generating the fruits that truth and goodness and beauty can generate through them. So we are very glad to see, to be able to facilitate Daryl and the meeting of Daryl and these young people. That's really what our role is. And to see God really coming and His glory descending on this place and this gathering and the way that God challenged and spoke to the young people.
It's a rich week of time in God's presence, and it's a privilege to be in the midst of these young people and in Darrow's in this venue that Darrow loves. It's a week for me personally, a week that brings much hope because we believe that, as Darrow does too, that this generation is the generation that's going to move things forward. And so it's really a week full of beauty. It's a week full of hospitality, communion, presence of God, truth spoken, reflected on, assimilated, a week of revelation for these young people. And it involves various aspects in the planning of having the right place to meet and the right atmosphere. And we're blessed with this beautiful home that our friends Jesse and Elizetti give to us for the week. It's a wonderful home full of uh, richness and beauty, wonderful spaces, wonderful food, home cooked food, and that ministers to the young people as well. We know the hospitality they receive, and it's just a joy for us. It's a week. If I could define work like this, I do define work like this, but if I could define work like this every day, um, there would be nothing monotonous in my days. So it's a wonderful week. It's a privilege and a pleasure.
Yeah, and the way we evaluating how, like thinking, I wonder how the primitive church, how it was.
Mm.
And feeling a little bit of that as we got together this week. Communion, food,
Mm.
fellowship around the table,
Rich
rich
conversation.
conversation,
Sharing
people
God's
pouring
word.
their
Yeah.
lives into others,
Mm-hmm.
people making themselves available, creating the space
Mm-hmm.
for God to speak and move and challenge and equip us and just make us aware of His presence and His plans and His purposes and His love for us and the privilege of being co-operators with Him. He operates. We are co-laborers, co-operators of this God who is on a mission, and we just follow Him into battle and the joy of the Lord becomes our strength. And so it was a nice environment of being strengthened by everything that comes from God and equip us and takes us and moves us. So anyway, it was a great time of fellowship that we think. I wonder if this was like in the early church. So so great environment, great time.
It makes me think of Eugene Peterson's words about worship. He says, worship is focusing on God, intentionally focus on God and His actions. And so I would describe the week as a week of worship with fellow believers and young people with all their vision and enthusiasm. So we are extremely blessed.
We are blessed and very excited about what God has to do through this generation.